Le XO19 vient de fermer ses portes, mais Phil Spencer nous a gentiment ouvert les siennes. C'est sur la mezzanine du Copperbox Arena que nous avons rencontré le vice-président exécutif du gaming chez Microsoft. Et ça tombe bien, les sujets abordés sont nombreux avec les studios First Party, la Scarlett, le Game Pass, mais aussi le xCloud. Mais commençons par le XO, qui se déroule cette année à Londres. Est-ce que cela signifie que l'on peut désormais compter le XO comme un rendez-vous régulier donné par Microsoft chaque année, comme peut-être le 3 ?
XO plays a very important role in the history of Xbox to me. I love the fact that last year we were able to bring XO back, Mexico City being our first new XO. Being in here in London this year, XO 19 is incredibly special. Thousands of fans coming through. I want this to be an annual event for us. It's a great time later as we get towards the holiday to be able to talk about games and celebrate with the community that's here. So I fully expect that we'll continue to do XO. It'll continue to be an important part of what we do. And I think we'll continue to move it around to different locations so we can meet new fans in different places.
Nous n'avons bizarrement pas vu Ori durant l'Inside Xbox. Est-ce que tout va bien avec Moon Studios ?
Moon Studios and Thomas and the team are some of my favorite. Ori in the Blind Forest is maybe my favorite game of this generation. Such a perfect game. Ori is going very well. We will be talking about Ori at the Game Awards, so you will see some Ori there. Production on Ori and Will of the Wisps is going very well, and we feel really good about the progress we're making with Moon on that game.
Vous avez plus que triplé vos studios First Party en moins de 2 ans. Matt Booty a déclaré que le but était d'apporter un nouveau titre Xbox Game Studio tous les 3 mois pour nourrir le Game Pass. Mais est-ce que cela signifie que vos jeux seront moins ambitieux afin de respecter des sorties régulières ?
Having a steady flow of great games come to our Xbox platform and Xbox Game Pass is critical for us. And as you said, we've invested tremendously in Xbox Game Studios over the last couple of years. And even some of our existing studios have been hiring more and more people. And our goal is to be able to bring 4 or 5 new games, big new games to the platform every year to make sure that people know that there's a commitment. But we do want to be supportive of games of all sizes. I don't think there's any right size for the development team of a game. We have games with hundreds of people working on them, delivering amazing games. We have games, some smaller teams doing some amazing work. So we don't go in with there's one equation for a game in terms of team size, style of game, rating of game, genre of game. We give our teams a lot of creative freedom and production freedom in what they want to create, and I think that freedom is what can lead to the best output for games.
Durant l'Inside Xbox, nous avons vu une forte présence des jeux japonais avec Yakuza sur Xbox, les Final Fantasy dans le Game Pass et l'arrivée des remixes de Kingdom Hearts. Mais les studios Xbox sont encore majoritairement américains, canadiens et britanniques. Vous avez déclaré que vous ne seriez pas contre trouver un studio japonais. Alors, est-ce que les recherches avancent ?
I think having a diverse set of voices in our first-party studios and Xbox Game Studios, telling unique stories through their life experience, is a critical part of the creativity that we want in our teams. Making sure that there are storytellers from many parts of the world as part of our first party is important. I think there's Asia where we could have more first party. I love that we've invested here more in Europe. Even in more parts of America, I think we could have more studios. So right now, we're mostly focused on execution with the studios that we have. But I do think there's more opportunity for us to increase the diversity of where our teams are.
Rare possède un trésor de guerre avec ses licences, mais le studio semble néanmoins préférer créer de nouveaux univers comme nous l'avons vu avec Everwild. Que pouvez-vous dire aux fans qui souhaiteraient voir de nouveaux épisodes de leur série culte ? Est-ce qu'il y a un problème dans l'exploitation des licences que sont Banjo, Conquer ou encore Perfect Dark ?
So we give the teams a lot of freedom in what IP and franchises that they want to work on. Whether it's one studio in their history, or more and more now, our teams are getting, the creative leaders of our teams are getting together and talking about opportunities between studios where maybe a certain franchise is in the history of one studio, but one of our new studios wants to pick that up and take it on. Those are opportunities that we will embrace, but we will not force. So we do not come in and say this game has to be done, or we must do a sequel for another game. We want the passion of the people who are building the games be the thing that leads to the next games that we build.
Dans les derniers résultats financiers de Microsoft, Satya Nadella a divisé 2 milliards de joueurs. Nous nous demandions comment vous comptiez les atteindre, ces 2 milliards de joueurs.
Yeah, there are over 2 billion people on the planet today that play video games. And we think all of those people should be able to experience the characters, the stories, the worlds that our creators build. We love the experience on console, and we know that's core to what the Xbox brand is about. But we also know we find players on PC who that's the primary gameplay device for them is a PC, and we embrace that as well. And we know the number one gaming device on the planet is a mobile phone. So with Project xCloud, we challenged ourselves, could we enable somebody on any device, specifically as our launch preview on an Android phone, to experience the rich worlds that our Xbox games have? And that is the challenge that we put forward, and it's really good to see the results. So in Satya and us looking at every gamer on the planet as being somebody who should be able to participate in the Xbox community and the Xbox platform, Project xCloud is critical to that expansion.
Xbox est très agressif au niveau du prix de son abonnement Game Pass. Est-ce que la division gaming arrive à s'y retrouver financièrement?
Xbox Game Pass is a very good part of our Xbox business today. And like running any service, you're always looking at how you acquire new customers and keep those customers. And I've heard some people are worried that maybe Game Pass isn't a financially viable service in the long run. I'll tell you, it's a great part of our business today. We could continue to do what we're doing now for many years and run a good business in Game Pass. I like that we're being bold in great games, bringing new games to the service. Here at XO, we announced some great new Japanese games that are coming to the service, over 50 new games coming to Xbox Game Pass in total. And the service is definitely financially viable. And you can see that in other media where you have large subscriptions going, and those subscriptions are finding new customers, building good business, and most importantly, leading to some very great creative things going on. And Xbox Game Pass will do absolutely the same.
Chaine, nous, arrive enfin sur PlayStation 4 et PC. Il a longtemps figuré en haut de la liste des jeux les plus attendus par les joueurs, ce qui a poussé Sony à se pencher sur la question. Est-ce que vous pensez qu'il est toujours bon d'écouter les requêtes des joueurs lorsqu'ils vous demandent de ramener une licence à la vie?
That's a trick question. I get a lot of requests to redo many franchises. It's not always true that every franchise that we want to go remake reaches as many customers as we thought, but that doesn't make it a bad thing for us to do. So listening to fans and listening to creators and the passion they have, I think is absolutely a good thing. And understanding that with every release we learn and we continue to evolve what gaming is about.
Les équipes qui étaient derrière la One X sont désormais sur le Project Scarlett. On sait que vous visez la puissance, tout comme Sony avec sa PlayStation 5. Êtes-vous confiant dans le fait de posséder la machine la mieux bâtie pour affronter la prochaine génération?
In launching of the Xbox One, I learned a lot about our value proposition, the product truth, and even our messaging around how we deliver a console to market. As the leadership team came together to look at our plans for Project Scarlett, we definitely knew that our Xbox customers and fans, that power was an important component of what they wanted to see in Project Scarlett. And I'm very confident in our power position going into the next generation, absolutely.
Sur la photo des Video Game Awards 2018, nous voyons Reggie, vous et Sean. Depuis, ils sont tous les deux partis. Aux yeux du grand public, vous êtes le visage de Xbox. Mais est-ce un rôle que vous souhaitez encore jouer de nombreuses années?
I am the face of the product, mainly because I end up with a microphone in my hand and I'm on camera. But I will say that the real success that happens on Xbox is because of people like the person sitting there typing on her phone right now who help and drive the actual work that goes on Xbox. It is really about the team and all of the work that goes on. So I get a little uncomfortable when I get so much focus for the success that we have or the promise that people see in our platform centered on any one individual. I will say I've never felt better about the strength of the team that we have behind Xbox than I do right now in all of my time. And I think for many years that team will be a strong part of leading gaming at Microsoft, and I have a lot of confidence in all of us working together to build future success together.
Avec la Xbox One, vous avez apporté la rétrocompatibilité de certains jeux Xbox 360 et Xbox Original. Mais au final, nous avons vu assez peu de jeux de la toute première Xbox. Quelle en est la raison?
So in terms of technology, making the original Xbox games backward compatible is actually easier than 360 back compat. 360 back compat is a power PC to x86 translation that we have to do, whereas the original Xbox was also an x86 architecture, which makes some of the work easier. Plus, obviously, the hardware capabilities of the original Xbox were lower, so you have more CPU and GPU room on Xbox One to emulate what those games need. I'd say some of the biggest challenges with the original Xbox games were finding the original code or publisher. There's many of those publishers that don't exist anymore, who has the rights to the games. Because even when we have an original Xbox game or a 360 game that can run, we need to get the approval of the rights holders for the games to make those games backward compatible. So we have more original Xbox games that run than we have actually released in the back compat program, and a lot of the work there is to find the rights. So this is why when people ask me, is back compat done or have we seen the end of it? Right now that team is focused on compatibility with Project Scarlett, which makes sense. But I don't think we're done. I think it's just a continued work that we have. And I think that work that the team did through the Xbox One generation is some of the best engineering work that we did across the whole platform.
Vous avez annoncé que le Xbox All Access fonctionnerait avec la Scarlett et que les joueurs sur One X pourront avoir une Scarlett sans surcoût. Ce qui laisse imaginer qu'au niveau du prix, nous devrions être assez proches de celui d'une One X. Est-ce qu'on voit juste?
Look at you, you're doing the math on the Xbox All Access upgrade price. It's very smart of you. We haven't talked about pricing for Project Scarlett, but we do know price is important. We've learned that if you remember the launch of Xbox One, we were $100 more expensive in US pricing than the competition. We were underpowered relative to the competition. And as we look at going into Project Scarlett, we know being in position on price and performance is critical. So I'm not announcing any of the prices, but yeah, we know price and performance are incredibly important, and we feel very confident in the plans that we have ahead.